Now, elections are looming for Europe's powerhouse, Germany, but despite the potential far-reaching consequences of that vote, things do seem to be a bit lackluster, and that is in contrast to how the French campaign was running at this stage.
Vous alliez le faire gagner!
Parce que Madame Le Pen, c'est la guerre civile.
Parce que c'est notre projet!
Ça montre une chose, c'est qu'il n'a pas la carrure pour être président de la République.
Emily Siu checks out where the German election race is heading so far.
Angela Merkel is not only one of the world's most powerful leaders, she may well be one of the world's most laid-back politicians. So much so that she decided to take 3 weeks off in the Italian Alps right before the German voters determine whether or not she can run for a 4th term next month. The fact that she chose to wear the very same outfit for the last 5 trips she took to the same location just goes to show how well she understands her people, that they prefer the status quo and change isn't necessarily good. Don't take my word for it, just take a look at the polls. Support for Merkel dropped 10 points while she's breathing in that Italian mountain air. But she's still way ahead of her main rival, SPD leader Martin Schulz, who couldn't fit in any hiking sessions in his schedule because, well, he's busy campaigning like any other politician would. Martin Schulz even tried to provoke a reaction from the Chancellor by claiming Germany is not prepared for the future influx of refugees. But not only did Merkel ignore all of his provocations, Schulz's efforts earned him a nickname of the Chancellor's shadow boxer, courtesy of the local media.
The feeling of solidarity between states has been lost. How did it get to this? When did it start? Did it begin with Merkel's decision to open borders without any agreement with our partners in a moment when those partners were overloaded? What Angela Merkel sees looming on the horizon is quite easy to describe. It's an SPD-led government that we will get in September.
I came to the streets of Berlin to ask German voters if not campaigning is a more subtle and effective form of electioneering. Just want to ask you what you think about the election campaign so far, because it's approaching next month, right? What's your feeling about the campaigning?
The campaigning? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not so into it, actually.
Why should it interesting? So it's just politics.
Actually, I can't tell you right now because I think, like, I'm working so hard right now. I don't know anything about it right now. I'm not into the election right now so far.
What do you think about the election campaign so far in Germany?
Yeah, well, it's a good question. It feels like it's not even there.
Enjoy the summer and cast the right vote come autumn, says this poster by Merkel's CDU party, which aptly symbolizes her laid-back campaign style. Emily Siu, RT, Berlin.
Well, back from holiday and fresh on the election trail, Angela Merkel did get a frosty reception, though, at one rally. She was booed and whistled while speaking about the country's refugee policy. Supporters of the right-leaning Alternative for Germany party staged a protest against Merkel's policy of open borders for refugees. They were holding banners reading "Merkel must go" and "Borders instead of CDU," a reference to Merkel's party. They also called for the Chancellor to resign. Geopolitical analyst and consultant Rainer Rothfuss says the Germans generally don't take political risks.
Well, the German is different if you compare him to the American or to French people. Germans usually are rather conservative. They do not like experiments, and they do not tend also to support political movements that are under heavy criticism. So if something like the Alternative for Germany pops up, or also Deutsche Mitte, then you will immediately see that the political players, with the help of the media, will attack those movements, and people will just be scared away from supporting such parties. And therefore, the Germans, they are specifically conservative. They are fearful even of supporting movements that are under criticism. And therefore, I think you cannot expect from Germany leadership in the real big challenges of our times.